Pegang je. Pegang je.
Tak fit.
Pegang je, aku nak pakai kasut.
Tibia
Kata
has
kat dalam
long
video
bone
ada.
consists of upper end
Mampus
and the
video.
lower end.
Video aku.
Upper end consists of medial condyle, lateral condyle, and anterior tubercle or tibial tuberosity. The lower end consists of medial malleolus. And this is the body of shaft. The fibula, the lateral bone, is also a long bone. Consists of upper end and lower end, and in between is the body of shaft. Upper end consists of head and neck of the fibula. Lower end consists of lateral malleolus. Okay. Now we go to the soft tissue of the lower limb. The leg consists of 3 compartments are there. Okay, that is lateral compartment, anterior compartment, and posterior compartment of the leg. First, we are going to talk about structures in the lateral compartment of the leg. On the lateral compartment of the leg consists of 2 muscles. They are peroneus or fibular longus and peroneus or fibular
Polisi tu kat
brevis.
belakang tibia.
posterior.
Longus is here,
Belakang tibia.
brevis is there. They go around the lateral malleolus and attach to the leg. Now we are going to take you to the soft tissue. We are looking the lateral side of the leg. Here is lateral compartment of the leg. This is the peroneus longus tendon. Here, peroneus longus tendon. Here is the peroneus longus muscle. Here is the peroneus longus tendon is there. Coming around the lateral malleolus and go into the leg. Deep to the peroneus longus tendon is the peroneus brevis is here. This is peroneus brevis is here. Deep to the peroneus longus is peroneus brevis is here. It also go around the lateral malleolus and comes and attach here. Both muscles are supplied by superficial peroneal nerve. Peroneus longus and peroneus brevis are supplied by the superficial peroneal nerve. Okay, they are everter of the foot. Both muscles will evert the foot. Now we are going to the anterior compartment of the leg. The anterior compartment of the leg is there. You have
Eversion, yes.
in front of the tibia, we have tibialis anterior muscle is there. And if you see from here, another one is extensor hallucis longus is here.
Digital.
And another muscle is extensor digitorum longus is here. And you have very short muscles on the lateral side is peroneus tarsus is there. So in anterior compartment, you have 4 muscles, tibialis anterior, extensor hallucis longus, extensor digitorum longus with 4 tendons, and on the lateral side, very short muscle, peroneus tarsus is there. You can see here anterior compartment muscles. Here is your tibialis anterior tendon is here. Tibialis anterior tendon. If you continue, this is the tibialis anterior muscle is here. This is tibialis anterior muscle, most medial side. Then lateral to it is your extensor hallucis tendon is here. This is extensor hallucis tendon. Deep to here, deep to this side. This is extensor hallucis tendon is here. Okay, and then lateral to it is extensor digitorum longus tendon is here. This is extensor digitorum longus muscle here. This is extensor digitorum longus muscle, and here is peroneus tarsus muscle is here. So in anterior compartment of the leg, you can see on the medial side tibialis anterior muscle, and then extensor hallucis longus muscles, just lateral to the tibialis anterior, and lateral to it and most superficial is extensor digitorum longus muscle is here. And then you have small muscle, this is peroneus tarsus muscle is there. All these muscles will extend the ankle joint and supplied by deep peroneal nerve. Deep peroneal nerve is the nerve of the anterior compartment. Superficial peroneal nerve is the nerve of the lateral compartment, which supply the peroneus longus and peroneus brevis, which are everter of the foot. Now we are going to talk about the posterior compartment of the leg. Posterior compartment of the leg is again subdivided into deep and superficial.
Yang tu
This is
yang
the
tarik
deep
apa semua.
structures of the posterior
Di
compartment of the leg.
yang
It
depan.
consists of, from above, if you see,
Tibianya
popliteus
kan di
muscles.
posterior.
Then if you come down, you have flexor
Kan
digitorum
kamu pernah ingat
longus
tibianya
muscle is
pecah.
here, divided into 4 tendons, okay, and then going to the digits. And next muscle is on the lateral side is your flexor hallucis muscles
Bagi
here,
apa yang kat sini?
going to the
Yang long.
big toe.
Yang long
And
ni.
then in between that
Ni
one
long.
is your tibialis posterior muscle.
Apa?
Lock. Tak lagi. Tapi dia
Nama muscle.
So in the posterior compartment, as I have said, you have deep and superficial group. These are the muscles in the deep group. From above, if you see popliteus muscle, and you have on the medial side is flexor digitorum longus muscle,
Belakang.
which divides into 4 tendons, each one going to each digit. And then on the more lateral side is you have flexor hallucis longus muscle. The tendon will go to the medial side into the big toe, and between the two is our tibialis posterior muscle is here. Now, superficial to these muscles, we have 3 more muscles are there, which are superficial groups of the posterior compartment.
Masya Allah. Besok ni miss.
If you see here very carefully, most superficial muscles in the posterior group is gastrocnemius muscle is there. Deep to that one, we have plantaris muscle with long tendon, and deep to that one is soleus muscle. So in posterior compartments, this is the superficial group. Very deep in the superficial group is your soleus muscle. Superficial to it is your plantaris muscle with a long tendon, and more superficial is gastrocnemius muscle. These 3 muscles form a common tendon here. You can see tendon Achilles or calcaneus tendon is there, which will attach to the calcaneus bone at the back here. Okay, these 3 muscles are in the superficial group of the posterior compartment. These 4 muscles are in the deep group of the posterior compartment. Now we are coming to the popliteal fossa. Popliteal fossa is diamond shaped here. This is medial side and this is lateral side. So if you see, this is upper medial border or superior medial border. This is upper lateral border or superior lateral border. This is lower medial border or inferior medial border. This is lower lateral border or inferior lateral border. So what are the structures forming the upper medial border. You see here, of this medial side, here is semitendinosus muscle and semimembranosus muscle. These two muscles will form upper medial border of the popliteal fossa. On the upper lateral side, you have another two muscles, that is bicep femoris, long head, and deep to that one is bicep femoris, short head. These two muscles will form upper lateral border of the popliteal fossa. Lower medial border of popliteal fossa is formed by medial head of the gastrocnemius muscle. Lower lateral border of the popliteal fossa is formed by lateral head of the gastrocnemius muscle, and deep to that one is plantaris muscle. What about the content? If you see here, content of the popliteal fossa, this is medial side, this is lateral side. If you see from medial to lateral, this is, the red one is your popliteal artery, next is your popliteal vein, and next is your tibial nerve is there coming down. Along the upper lateral border is common peroneal nerve. So the content is from medial to lateral, popliteal artery, popliteal vein, tibial nerve, and common peroneal nerve, together with fats and popliteal lymph nodes are present there. Now we are going to see the back of the posterior compartment of the leg here. From very superficial to deep, if you see here, this is gastrocnemius muscle. This is medial head of the gastrocnemius muscle, and this is the lateral head of the gastrocnemius muscle. If you see, it is most superficial muscle and very big muscles in the posterior compartment of the leg. This is medial head of the gastrocnemius muscle. This is lateral head of the gastrocnemius muscle. Deep to that one is your plantaris muscle is there. This is, look here, this is the plantaris tendon is there. This is the plantaris muscle is here. Okay, deep to that one is your soleus muscle is here. Soleus muscle is here. So this is superficial group of the posterior compartment. In the deep group, I have already mentioned 4 muscles are there. Okay. Now if you see very carefully here, okay, this is the plantaris muscle is there. Okay, deep to that one is your popliteus muscle is here. Popliteus muscle is here. Okay, now I'm going to close this one back and show you the popliteal fossa. Popliteal fossa here. So this is upper medial border of the popliteal fossa. This is upper lateral border of the popliteal fossa. Okay. This is lower medial border, and this is lower lateral border. Upper medial border is formed by your semitendinosus and semimembranosus muscle. Together they will be forming. Here is our semitendinosus muscle and semimembranosus muscle. Together will form the upper medial border. Okay, upper lateral border is formed by your bicep femoris muscles. This is long head, and this is the short head muscles will be forming here. Lower medial border is formed by medial head of the gastrocnemius muscle. Lower lateral border is formed by lateral head of the gastrocnemius muscle. Now what about the contents? If you see the contents from medial to lateral, if you see very carefully here, here is your popliteal artery is here, and then next is popliteal vein coming from medial to lateral, popliteal artery, popliteal vein, and here is the tibial nerve going straight down into the posterior compartment, Here is the common peroneal nerve, which will be going down along the lateral, upper lateral border. This is common peroneal nerve is there. Okay. Now we are going to talk about the skeleton of the right foot. The upper one, this is the one called talus. Below the talus is the calcaneus. There. Okay. Talus consists of trochlea, neck, and head. So this is trochlea of the talus, neck of the talus, head of the talus. Anterior to this is navicular bone, and anterior to the navicular bone is your cuneiform bones are here, medial cuneiform bones, intermediate cuneiform bones, and lateral cuneiform bones. And lateral to it is the cuboid bone. So, skeleton of the foot consists of 7 tarsal bones. Here is talus, calcaneus, navicular, medial cuneiform, intermediate cuneiform, lateral cuneiform, and lateral to that one is cuboid bone. Metatarsal bones, we have 5 bones. The first one is most medial one. This is the first metatarsal, second metatarsal, third metatarsal, fourth metatarsal, and fifth metatarsal bone. And in the digits, all the digits, each digit consists of 3 phalanges are there, proximal, intermediate, and distal. But your big toe consists of only 2 phalanges are there, proximal and distal are there. If you are looking from the medial side, you can see here, this is your talus, here is the trochlea, here is the neck, here is the head of the talus is there. Okay? In front is your navicular bone, in front is medial cuneiform bones, and in front is first metatarsal bone, and proximal and distal phalanges of the big toe. Here is calcaneus bone is here. Now we are going to talk about muscles on the dorsal surface of the foot and plantar surface of the foot. Muscles on the dorsal surface of the foot. When you see very carefully, this is extender digitorum longus muscle, and its tendons are there, 4 tendons are there. Here is peroneus tarsus muscle on the lateral side. Here is extensor hallucis longus tendon, and here is tibialis anterior tendon. From the extensor digitorum longus tendon, if you see here, here is extensor hallucis brevis muscle, and this tendon is there. Extensor hallucis brevis muscle, and this tendon is there. From other tendons, we have extensor digitorum brevis muscle, and these tendons are coming here. Extensor digitorum brevis muscle and extensor digitorum brevis muscles are there. These short muscle, extensor hallucis brevis and extensor digitorum brevis muscles, are supplied by the same nerve which supply the anterior compartment of the leg. That is the deep peroneal nerve will supply all these small short muscles on the dorsal of the foot. Now I'm going to show you these muscles in the cadaver now. This is the tibialis anterior tendon. Here is extensor hallucis longus tendon. Here is extensor digitorum longus tendon. From here, you have your extensor hallucis brevis tendon is coming here. Extensor hallucis brevis tendon is coming here. And then from deep to this muscle, this tendon, you have extensor digitorum brevis muscles are coming here. Extensor digitorum brevis muscles are coming here. All these extensor brevis muscles are supplied by our deep peroneal nerve. which supply all the muscles in the
kecil.
anterior compartment of the leg. So these muscles will do the extension of the toes, and the muscles in the anterior compartment will do the extension of the ankle joint. Now we are going to the plantar surface of the foot. We are showing the plantar surface of the foot. Like in the hand, we have plantar aponeurosis is here. Plantar aponeurosis tendon is there. That tendon is there. Plantar aponeurosis. Deep to the plantar aponeurosis, you have 4 layers of muscles and tendons are there. The first layer I'm going to show you here. If you see the first layer, this is the medial side, this is the lateral side. The first layer, this is the big toe, and this is the small little toe here. This is your adductor hallucis muscle. This is adductor digiti minimi muscle. And this is, in between these two, is flexor digitorum brevis muscle. This first layer of muscle, we have adductor hallucis, adductor digiti minimi, and flexor digitorum brevis muscle. Deep to that one is second layer of muscle. If you see very carefully here, you can see here, this is flexor digitorum longus tendon. This is flexor hallucis longus tendon is there. Flexor digitorum longus tendon is attached anteriorly by lumbrical muscle. Look here, flexor digitorum longus tendon is attached anteriorly by lumbrical muscle, and it is attached posteriorly by quadratus plantar muscle. Look here, this is the flexor digitorum longus. Anteriorly, its tendons are attached by lumbrical muscles. Posteriorly, it is attached by quadratus plantar muscle. Then go deep to this layer is the third layer of muscle is here. Third layer of muscle, if you see very carefully here, this is flexor hallucis brevis. Okay, this is adductor hallucis muscle. It has transverse head and oblique head in adductor hallucis muscle. And on the lateral side, flexor digiti minimi muscle is there. So in the third layer, short flexor of the big toe, that is flexor hallucis brevis, adductor of the big toe, adductor hallucis, transverse head and oblique head, and short flexor of the little toe, flexor digiti minimi. Deep to this third layer, we have fourth layer is here. Fourth layer is here. If you see very carefully here, here is your peroneus longus muscle.
Paling atas
Follow me. It is from the lateral compartment of the leg. We have 2 muscles that are there, peroneus longus and peroneus brevis. The tendon of the peroneus longus muscle will be coming down in the inferior surface of the foot, like a hook. This muscle, this tendon is there. And this is our tibialis posterior muscle is here. Tendon of the tibialis posterior muscle is there. And anteriorly between the metatarsal bone, we have interosseous muscles are there. So you know that there are 4 layers of muscles and tendons are there, deep to the plantar aponeurosis. This is plantar aponeurosis tendons. Plantar aponeurosis. It will divide into 4 separate tendons like that. Plantar aponeurosis. Now, if you remove this one, you will see the first layer of the muscle be there. Okay, you can see first layer of the muscle. This is the big toe, this side is the little toe, this is the medial side. The first layer muscle is abductor hallucis muscle. Abductor hallucis muscle, this is the abductor hallucis muscle is here. Then on the medial side, abductor digiti minimi muscle is there. In the first layer, in between you have flexor digitorum brevis muscle is here. Flexor digitorum brevis muscle is there. So in the first layer, you have abductor hallucis muscle, abductor digiti minimi muscle, and then flexor digitorum brevis muscle is there. Now if you go deep to that one, you will see some more muscle will be there. Here you can see here, this is your flexor hallucis longus tendon to be there, and then you have the flexor digitorum tendon will be there. You can see only this much, if you can see here. In front of the flexor digitorum tendon, you have lumbrical muscles are here. Okay, lumbrical muscles are there. And behind is quadratus plantae muscle is there, attached to the flexor digitorum tendon. In front is attached by lumbrical muscle, behind is attached by our quadratus plantae muscles are attached to the flexor digitorum longus tendon. This is our flexor hallucis longus tendon is there.
This is makat jari.
Now we are going to talk about the joints of the lower limb. There are three main joints. Hip joint, knee joint, and ankle joint. If you look at this X-ray picture, you can see this is the hip bone. Consists of ilium, ischium, and pubic parts are there. This is the acetibular fossa. Acetibular fossa, where three parts of the hip bone will come in. This is the head of the femur, and this is the neck of the femur. The head of the femur articulates with the acetibular fossa to form the hip joint. This is greater trochanter, this is lesser trochanter of the femur. Now we go to another picture looking at the acetibular fossa. Look here, this is the acetibular fossa. As I have told you in the lecture, acetibular fossa is not a complete fossa. There's a little notch here called acetibular notch. This notch is bridged by transverse acetibular ligament to make the margins a complete margin. Acetibular fossa is covered by hyaline cartilage, but it is not totally covered by the hyaline cartilage. It is semilunar shape or lunar surface, and between that one there is a fossa is there, which is not covered by the cartilage. This fossa is called acetibular fossa, filled with fat.
Nah, sudah tewas.
Now, inside the head joint, we have two ligaments out
Nah,
there.
tewas.
One is transverse acetibular ligament, and another one is called ligament of the head of the femur. We are going to talk this one now. If you see very carefully, head of the femur has a little pit at the top called fovea. From the fovea to transverse acetibular ligament is one ligament is there called ligament of the head of the femur. Inside there, small artery is there. So this ligament of the femur and transverse acetibular ligaments are intracapsular ligaments of the hip joint. So there are extracapsular ligaments of the hip joint only, also there. This is very important ligaments. They are very strong ligaments. Each ligament is coming from each part of the hip bone. So from the hip bone, from the ilium of the hip bone to the femur, we call iliofemoral ligament, which is inverted ligament.
Tolong sangkut elok.
And another one coming from the pubic part of the hip bone is pubofemoral ligament is there. Another one coming from, now looking from behind, coming from the ischial part of the hip bone is called ischiofemoral ligament is there. If you see very carefully here, this is greater trochanter, this is lesser trochanter. Between the greater trochanter and lesser trochanter is
Tidur pada tempat apa
intertrochanteric
semua
line.
bangkit sama.
And if you look from behind, this is greater trochanter and this is lesser trochanter. The crest between the two trochanter is called intertrochanteric crest. Again, if you see the capsule of the hip joint, the distal attachment of the capsule is from anterior view, the distal attachment is from the greater trochanter along the intertrochanteric line up to the lesser trochanter. But from behind, the capsule doesn't reach up to intertrochanteric crest. It is about 1.5 centimeter short of intertrochanteric crest, and it is attached to the back of the neck of the femur. Right hip bone, this is ilium, this is ischium, this is the pubic part of the hip bone, this is the acetabular fossa. As I have told you, it's not a complete fossa, this is the acetabular notches there, which is closed or bridged by transverse acetabular ligament. Then the cartilage covering this fossa is also not complete. It is semilunar shape or lunate surface. And between the lunate surface, this area is not covered by the hyaline cartilage or acetabular fossa filled with fats. This area, acetabular fossa, is articulated by head of the femur here. This is 4/5 of the sphere, and you can see here, this is the pit or fovea of the femur. This is the neck of the femur. This is, if you see, greater trochanter, lesser trochanter. Okay? If you look from in front here, this is greater trochanter, lesser trochanter. This is intertrochanteric line. Okay? But if you see from behind, this is greater trochanter, this is lesser trochanter, this one is intertrochanteric crest. The capsule of the hip joint anteriorly reach up to the intertrochanteric line, but posteriorly the neck only. It is attached like this. Okay, it is attached like this. Okay. Now we are going to talk about the knee joint. Knee joint is one of the most complex joints in the body. It is formed by very simple thing. Lower end of the femur, we have medial and lateral condyle, and upper end of the tibia, which consists of medial and lateral condyle, and patella. These three bones will form the knee joint. If you see from anterior view, you can see here, this side is lateral side, where your fibula is here. This side is medial side. So this is medial condyle of the femur, and this is lateral condyle of the femur. They articulate with medial condyle of the tibia and lateral condyle of the tibia respectively. Okay, internal structure, if you see very carefully, this is upper surface of the tibia. This is anterior view, anterior part. This is posterior part. This is medial part, and this is lateral part. We have two menisci are there. This is medial meniscus, which is oval in shape and more fixed. This is lateral meniscus, which is more or less circular in shape and more movable. If it is anterior part, we have two ligaments are there, cruciate ligament, anterior and posterior cruciate ligaments. They are named according to the attachment on the tibia. The ligament which is attached to the anterior part of the tibia is called anterior cruciate ligament. The ligament which is attached to the posterior part of the tibia is called posterior cruciate ligament. Now we are going to show you in the bone there. Okay. Again, I am going to show you here. Here is the anterior cruciate ligament, and this is the posterior cruciate ligament, and here is the tuberosity of the tibia is there. Okay, anterior cruciate ligament is attached anterior part of the tibia and attached to the lateral condyle of the femur, and posterior cruciate ligament is attached to the posterior part of the tibia in the intercondylar area of tibia and attached to the medial condyle of the femur. If you see here very carefully, here we have the medial condyle of the femur and lateral condyle of the femur. They articulate with the medial condyle of the tibia and lateral condyle of the tibia. They will articulate like that. Anterior to these two bones, we have patella is there. So knee joint is not formed by fibula, but it is formed by two condyles of the femur and two condyles of the tibia and patella anteriorly. Ankle joint. This is the X-ray picture of the ankle joint. This is the tibial bone and this is the fibular bone. Here is the talus bone, trochlea of the talus, neck of the talus, and head of the talus. In front is navicular bone. Below the talus is calcaneus bone. Okay? Ankle joint is formed, if you see very carefully here. Another picture I'm going to show you here. Ankle joint is formed above. You have the socket, which is formed by the lower end of the tibia and lower end of the fibula. They form the socket and they articulate with the trochlea of the talus. So above socket, which is formed by the lower end of the tibia and lower end of the fibula, they articulate with the trochlea of the talus. The ligaments of the ankle joint. This is medial view. Here is calcaneus, here is talus, here is, you can see there, tibial bones are there. Tibial bones is there. So we are looking from the medial side of the ankle joint. Lower end of the talus, lower end of the tibia, which forms the medial malleolus, medial surface of the talus, and medial surface of the calcaneus are there. In front of the talus is navicular bone. On the medial side, we have very strong delta-shaped, triangular-shaped ligament is there, called delta ligament or deltoid ligament. We call deltoid ligament is there. This is on the medial side of the ankle joint. We have a triangular-shaped ligament is there, called deltoid ligament. Above it is attached to the medial malleolus of the tibia. Below it is attached to the talus, medial surface of the talus. On the lateral side of the ankle joint, we have three ligaments are there. This is fibula above. This is lateral malleolus of the fibula. Here is the talus bone is there, and here is calcaneus bone is there. We have three ligaments coming from the lateral malleolus of the fibula. One goes anteriorly, called anterior talofibular ligament, which is attached to the fibula in the back and attached to the anterior part of the lateral side of the talus. Another one is posterior talofibular ligament, which is attached to the posterior part of the talus and attached to the fibula. The third ligament is calcaneofibular ligament, which is attached to the calcaneus bone, lateral surface of the calcaneus bone, and attached to the lateral malleolus. So on the lateral side, we have three ligaments are there: anterior talofibular ligament, posterior talofibular ligament, and calcaneofibular ligament. But on the medial side, we have one big ligament, the triangular shape, deltoid ligament is there. Above, it is attached to the medial malleolus of the tibia. Below, it is attached along the medial surface of the penis. Here is looking from the lateral side. Here is fibula. Here is the tibia is there. You can see here, this is our talus bone, and here is the calcaneus bone is there. If you look from behind, you can see same here. If you look from behind, here is the tibia and here is the fibula. They form the upper socket of the joint, ankle joint, and below is the trochlea of the talus, which is inside the socket here. Below the talus is the calcaneus bone. If you look from medial side, here is the medial malleolus, here is the talus bone. Okay, medial ligament is the deltoid ligament attached here, that is to the medial malleolus, and below along the medial surface of the talus. On the lateral side, we have three ligaments are there coming from the fibula. One go anteriorly to the anterior part of the talus called anterior talofibular ligament. Another one goes from the fibula go to the posterior part of the talus, posterior talofibular ligament, and then posterior talofibular ligament. And the third one is attached from the lateral malleolus to calcaneus, that is called calcaneofibular ligament. They can do flexion and extension at this joint. This is extension, this is the flexion at the ankle joint. Thank you so much.
Oh gosh, thank you.
We talk about